Hi, all of the sign of Scorpio. This is Zaida Velgara from Becoming A. I'm here to give you a reading for July 2026. I hope you enjoy. Now, for all of you guys that are new, thank you for being here, and the old ones that have been here for a while as well. But let me give you the rundown. Usually, I like to pick some astrological events from 3 to 4 that we will be addressing using tarot and oracle to find out how it will affect you specifically in your sign. I only do one English reading a month for every zodiac sign. I do a lot of astrology, and I do some random readings here and there throughout the month, but only one for the specific signs a month. Um, if it does not resonate, if this is not yours, then why take it? Just leave it behind for the person it's for. Remember, it's not a private message. So, that being said, the first thing that we're going to be looking for is July 7th. July 7th is next week when Neptune in Aries goes retrograde. This is important, first of all, because it will feel and be like an underlying issue for all the energies until December 12th. Secondly, because the last time this energy happened was around the Civil War in the United States, which would be 1861 through 1865. And so if you were taking that as a point of reference, this can cause an internal tug of war within yourself. And usually the internal tug of war can be due to a understanding that is coming about due to the Mercury retrograde that we're currently in the sign of Cancer, which is all about making you see what you have been refusing to see. So if you're combining that whole thing, this one's a little triggering. I want to see how it's going to affect you specifically, my Scorpio. So here goes the reading. We have the Two of Cups on the jump. Two of Cups is coming out in the jump. And when the Two of Cups comes out, tells me that, and this one I like because there is no reverse. It's just Two of Cups. And what I'm seeing here is some kind of union, agreement, contract, some kind of coming together. Okay. Followed by the Seven of Wands. And this coming together, it's kind of causing a little bit of like of restrictions or blocks or limitations, and I'm not sure where it's coming from. But then here we have the 10 of Wands following the 7 of Wands. And then we have the Knight of Discs. Okay, so this looks like starting off the first week of July, July 7th, there's some kind of offer, and it can be yours or it can be around somebody that's around you. And it feels like it's being blocked, limited, restricted, and it's starting to weigh heavy on you because it feels like it's taking forever to happen. So, this can be like, let's say you're waiting for them to call you on a job. Let's say you're waiting for somebody to get back to you about going on a date. Let's say this is something that has to do about waiting for some kind of test results. It doesn't matter, every single one of us in a different path. But what I can tell you is that there's a high level of frustration here. So let's find out more about this. Look at that. Then we have the Nine of Cups. Okay. Followed by the Seven of Pentacles. Oh, wait, is it the Seven of Pentacles? No, that's the Eight of Pentacles and the Hermit card. They're telling you that the wish that you have already asked for is in the works. And they're telling you, chill, or calm down, Felicia. And I don't know why I felt that, but literally the guy has his two arms up and he's all like blurting out like, oh my God, somebody's ants in their pants. And they're telling them just like, pump those brakes, babe. It's coming. It's already the order has already been placed. It's gonna happen. It doesn't matter what you're thinking and all the doubts and worries that you have. This is signed, sealed, delivered already. Stop doubting yourself. The moon card, it might be that it's coming around the second week of July, which is about the 14th, and we're going to be talking about the new moon. So keep that in mind, okay? Followed by the Five of Swords and the Sun card. Okay, so the Five of Swords is my Chiron card. It's the card that I say depicts our inner wounds. The reason why you're so antsy about this situation is because it's triggering your fears of abandonment, or of I never get what I want, or of everything goes to shit in my life. You know, we all have our inner wounds and our inner dialogues, the ones we don't tell anybody. Like, you know what you go about and you're like, yeah, I got this. I always win. I'm amazing. But you have those ones hidden back here. You don't tell nobody about those ones. They're coming to the forefront. Because it's not happening as fast as it's supposed to, but it's because it's addressing your fears of lack, of doubt, of maybe they're going to back down and decide to go back on their word and not give you what you're supposed to get, etc. And then the sun comes out here in the end, and it's like it literally ends up being happy. And I think it's not affecting only one person, it's affecting two people, like a partnership. Because look in the bottom, we have two people. And do you see the big club protecting it? The sun literally is telling you, calm down, because you and your partner, if you have a partner, or the second part of this situation, so protected. You just gotta just chill. Okay. The bottom of the deck is literally the opportunity is already there. Three of Wands. We have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is talking about, do you see how she's holding like a scroll? The contracts are already made. Things are silent right now because there's things in the background that are happening, and that's not something you have to worry about from this in this moment. And then we have the Knight of Blades. Then when things starts moving, they start moving very fast, and it's going to be moving towards the Star card, which is the wish fulfillment that you have. I think the biggest thing that they want to tell you right now, Scorpio, is calm down. Everything is fine. Everything is awesome. Everything's going to work out. You're just a little bit fearful because you're not used to everything working out for you. And so this doubt is actually really bad, because when you enter doubt into the energy, what it creates is more stagnation, because that means you're not ready to receive what you wanted, because you're paying more attention to your own personal doubts. Personally, I would I heard this from another reader, Stephen Love Tarot, if you're interested to see him. I like his readings. He makes me laugh. But one of the things that he says is that he talks to himself and he says, stop it, stop it. I like that. But I say, shut the F up, because I talk to my guides that way. And then I see it like an earworm, you know, the ones that are there nagging you. And I visualize myself grabbing the worm, pulling it out, and burning the bitch. Be like, yeah, that's where you belong. And it's so funny because the more you do it, the more it stops circulating in your mind. So just let you know, you should do some kind of something to remove that anxiety, because when you have the energy of anxiety as to something that you're waiting for, what you provoke is a bad thing to happen. You know, it would be like your gift that you always wanted, but it has a dent in it, right? Because that dent is your anxiety. So reject it, and then you'll see how it's going to flow. All right. The second thing that we're going to look into is July 14th, which is a new moon in Cancer. And like I said, this is a really specific and hot, I want to say, like, you know, like something that crawls up your butt, you know, that just pisses you off kind of energy, because it's the new moon in Cancer, and we also have the retrograde in Cancer. And the sun is making friends with Mercury, amplifying that Mercury retrograde. And Mercury retrograde this year really is about seeing red flags, seeing doubts, seeing worries, and seeing negative patterns. And it can be something like we don't see the red flag of another person and we justify them because we don't want to see it. Or it can be, you know what? I tend to doubt myself. I tend to doubt that good things are going to happen to me. And I go down this spiral of anxiety, which then creates more problems for me in the future because I'm inviting that energy in. So in your case, I feel it's the second. All right. I want this one. Let's get some oracle on this before we start with the other reading with the tarot. The first thing that I gave you my all, overgiving, drained, love unreturned. But do you see the person like totally losing their stuff and like with all these papers in front of them and whatever? Okay, let's see what's going on with the rest before I say something. And then this says, "I'll still love you" up in the top, and it says unsent messages, what was never said, holding back, um, drafted and erased. This has letters written to it, and this has letters written to it. I gotta tell you, I need you to calm down. Calm down. I'm stalking their socials, watching, lurking, secretly obsessed. Oh my God, Scorpio. I'm not laughing at you. I have to show you this. The bottom of the deck says block and bless. Didn't I just finish telling you to remove that from your head? In the bottom it says boundaries, no contact, closure. Block this energy and bless yourself, right? Block this energy because you're going to block your blessing if you keep allowing this energy in. Cancel the bitch. Cancel the bitch. What I'm seeing here is, oh my God. Um that person still hasn't called me. I think that like they forgot about me. They forgot that I made that application. They forgot that I made that phone call. They forgot that we have that date. They forgot whatever. Oh my God. I think I may have to call them. Maybe I'll send them a text. And then you start writing the text and then you're like, no, delete, 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 delete. I have to calm down. I have to calm down. Everything is working out. Oh my God. Oh my God. Maybe I need to send a text or maybe I energetically have to call them into my existence. Oh my God. It doesn't matter how you are. All of us have our little quirks, right? Calm down. It's working out for you. You are highly protected in this thing that you are trying to make happen that you're really anxious about. It's already yours. It was already given to you, blah 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 blah. Try to cancel. I wouldn't recommend contacting because that is giving into these anxious thoughts and you will delay the process. Whatever the process is, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. We're going to do my Santa Muerte deck because this is like some serious stuff right here. I said that and there's thunder outside and I just heard thunder. Let's see. Somebody got to calm down Felicia. That's all I got to say about that. It's like, take a breath. I think you guys need like a coping skill, maybe like qigong, tai chi, deep breathing, guided meditation, a hot bath, um, comfort food, Netflix and chilling, distracting your mind with something else. Dude, even sex. I don't care. Just do something that will calm you down. Oh, Lord Jesus. Ay, cabrón. Let me pause the video because like one of the cards fell on the floor, but these all fell off my hands. Hold on. Okay. Let me go down the line. We're gonna do it this way. This is the one that fell on the floor. So the first thing that flies out, The first thing that flies out is the Two of Pentacles. Should I stay or should I go now? If I stay, there will be trouble. If I go, there will be double. Somebody is really emotionally turbulent about shouldn't I? Should I call? Should I not call? Should I send the email? Should I not send the email? Should I sell? Did they forget about me? Did they not forget about me? And whatever it is craziness. And then we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands. Do you see how he's trying? His idea is to light the match. Like, I think that action you're thinking about taking, that bright idea, I would calm it. We have the Eight of Swords. If you send that message or you take that action you're thinking, what you're going to do is delay this energy more. It's your inner demons. There is a energy inside of you that fears that you're going to lose out on whatever blessing this is supposed to be, because you always lose out. Things are always taken from you. Oh, things are always taken from you. There goes your childhood wound. I just heard it. So things are always taken from you. So this would be one of those things that you grew up in a household that every single time you got a gift, like let's say they gave you, oh, my mom used to tell me about this all the time, like that her godparents had given her a toy doll and they were really, really poor. So she didn't have any dolls. So she was super excited about the toy doll. And when she got it, her parents were like, and her youngest brother, that's 1 year younger than her, started losing his shit because he wanted to play with the doll, but she didn't want to share it. And then the parents, um, she was fighting with her brother and her parents gave her that look, the one that I'm going to beat your ass if you don't act right in front of these people, one of those looks. And so to keep the peace, she let it borrow from her brother, and her brother smashed his face. And she was so upset because he messed up her doll. And since then, that woman has, I can tell you, her entire life always fears that things are going to be taken away from her. That was a childhood wound. Those parents literally created a trauma inside of her, and they probably didn't even have an idea. And they just thought she had to act right because what are people going to say if she starts crying like a crazy person? Okay. About the doll. And so that's just an example. You're going to have to see how that kind of relates. But here, I feel like there's a fear that is going to be taken away from you because things always get taken away from you. Like you always had a chair. Like if you won money, let's say, while growing up, you won some kind of money, the family started crying and complaining about how, oh my God, we need to pay this bill and we have to pay this bill and we have to pay this other bill. And here you go, taking the money that you were thinking, yay, I'm going to buy this and this and this for myself. And they're like, oh my God, but we're going through a hard time. We can probably give it to you later. Don't be so selfish. And then you gave it to them, even though you didn't want to, but, and then you never kept what was yours. And there's that, that fear here. The Queen of Pentacles, you are already going to ascend. And this feels like the reason you're a little antsy about the situation, because it has to do with money. It has to do with resources. It has to do with your stability. Okay. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And on here with the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like I want to tell you, because it was a Queen of Pentacles, you're already ascending. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles right after it. I'm feeling like you're not only ascending now, but this is the first step that will be going on for a very, very long time. So whatever this blessing is, it won't be taken ever away from you. You will have it for as long as you want it. And so I do feel like your wound of things are always being taken from you is totally being triggered around the 14th. And then we have the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups usually is walking away from an energy. And what I feel like you're going to have to walk away from is this internal struggle. We have the Strength card. And for other people, the Strength card is, wow, this is a strong action that you're going to take. You're going to be strong and active and blah, blah, blah. But in this case, I think that you're going to have to wrestle this demon and you're going to have to walk away from it. You are not that person anymore. Things will not be taken away from you like they were in the past. You have your own authority, you have your own autonomy, you have grown past that. You are an adult. And so it's taking a moment to talk to that inner child that is kind of turbulent and saying, "Look, maybe your parents back in the day couldn't take care of you. Maybe they couldn't support you. Maybe they couldn't hold space for you because they were broken or because they were also in survival mode in the sleep. But hey, I can take care of you and I got your back. And this time, if we win $1,000, we're not going to be sharing it with the family. And if they come to us about their sad story about, oh, look at all this bad stuff that happened to you, that sounds so bad. I'm so sorry for you." And then walk away. "But do you think you can help me out?" Sorry, I cannot. But I can give you the information of how I won this money and maybe you can do it for yourself. Because it's funny how many friends you have when you got some extra cash or you have a positive windfall, but how many disappear when you need them and they're not there. So the bottom of the deck is talking about the Nine of Swords and followed by the Five of Cups. And this is interesting because all of it is in your head. Emperor card followed by the Ace of Swords. The truth is that you are freaking amazing. And if this opportunity leaves you, it's because a better one is coming. So accept that you always win and move forward. The moon is followed by the Judgment. This moon that we're going through is spirit judging you if you doubt them, if you doubt your worth. Because let's be honest, for you to think this opportunity is going to go away from you, for you to think this person, this thing, this whatever it is that you want is not coming towards you, the reason why you're doubting it first is because you don't believe the universe got your back. One. Secondly, because you don't think you're good enough. And just because you don't think you're good enough, the universe has to give you what you believe about yourself. They can't give you something better. Like, if you believe you only deserve a bronze medal, but the universe knows that you deserve a gold one, it will give you a bronze medal and it will give you a lot of problems and worries and things like that for you to realize how strong you are and that you really did deserve that gold medal the entire time. But we needed you to see that. So your fear is that since everything good that's ever happened to you has been taken away by somebody else, you are thinking to yourself, oh my God, if they don't give it to me quick enough, I'm going to lose it. And I need you to cancel out that energy. However, you need to do it. Making a letter to your younger self saying, I have your back. Our parents couldn't take care of us, but I can take care of you now. I am strong for both of us and I will heal you. Right? Oh, that's going to make me emotional, you guys. Let's not go there because I'm going to get emotional. Now we got July 26th. July 26th is the last event we're going to be talking about, and this one has two aspects to it. First of all, we have Saturn going on retrograde in Aries, and that is going to be active until the 20th of December. And this is super important because the masks are coming off. This is fake it till you make it energy totally blowing up in people's face. This is when people pretend they have a lot of money or pretend they have a loving family or pretend they have that boss ass job or pretend whatever it is that they're pretending, because if they pretend long enough, it will magically manifest. That is not going to work out. And it's time for them to meet the maker. And it's something that was initiated with the Great Reset on February 20th. Besides that, the nodes are switching. And why is this important? It's because that is the emphasis and the focus of the wheel of astrology. The nodes are. The north node is what we're trying to embody and what we're personifying, and the energy that is most intense inside of us that we are striving for. And the south node is the shadow aspects that we are having to deal with, correct, revitalize, balance out so that we can push ourselves up. The north one is changing from Pisces, the old world, to Aquarius, the new world. So this is false spirituality to real spirituality, false selves to real selves. This is why I'm telling you that this is so important, because if you are broke and you've been faking it till you make it, you are going to lose everything that you had so that you can see, and so everyone can see your true self. Because the star only brings truth, like it brings the light and stuff. And then the south node is switching from Virgo, which is stuck in idea island, so much planning, so much do this. No, but I need this before I can go there. And I need this before I go there, to the Leo energy. And Leo energy is amazing because it can push you, but it's also very egocentric. And I said, I'm going to go this energy. And it's being blown up right now with Jupiter. So it is going to be an interesting 18 months. All right. So I want to see how it will be affecting you, my Scorpios. Oh, look at that. It opened up like, okay. The first thing is that we have is the unicorn, but it's in reverse. Unicorns for me are a symbol of healing, but it's in reverse. So there's still something in the works of being healed around July 26th. The next thing we have is another unicorn's head. And again, backwards. Still unable to heal something, still processing something, still working through something. I feel like you're probably going to be doing it till closer to the end of the year. But you're just going to be moving and shaking. That doesn't mean things are not going to move forward, but that does mean, do you know how this whole entire reading is calm down, Felicia? You're fine. Everything is going to be okay. I need you to take a breath. You're going to like hyperventilate. That it's not it's not going to be healed by the end of this month, okay? Next thing, Aquarius, and that's important because this is what I told you about the Aquarius energy shifting and moving forward. And then we have the butterfly in reverse, which for me, the butterflies represent death, and being in reverse means there's something that hasn't ended yet. Okay. So though we have the shifting of the nodes, I still see you with high anxiety. And then we continued over here with the Que Sera card. And it's a stone, it's called Que Sera, and it's talking about healing. It's accepting your reality because you're healing something. And then we have the pink donut, and it says chocolate, right? The pink donut for me is talking about something sweet, something that you really want in your heart space, and something that you really desire coming towards you, but it's backwards. So you don't even see it. And then way over here, we get a Y. Okay. And why I'm hearing it's a big yes. So I feel like you're going to be in high anxiety for a while until you get that yes. But child, I don't see it coming till the way end of the month. And so, and I think it's actually a good thing because we still have the Mercury retrograde until I think about the 26th or 27th, something like that. Let me just check real quick. Okay. And the Mercury retrograde is until the 23rd. So what I think is going to happen is that this is going to be delayed until after the Mercury retrograde, and it's actually a good thing. Whenever something starts in the Mercury retrograde, it's good because it moves quickly, it shows you different things, but it also teeters out very quickly. But I told you that whatever this is, you're going to be having for a long period of time. So the reason people say don't start things in the Mercury retrograde is not because you shouldn't start things in the Mercury retrograde. It's just that whatever you do during that Mercury retrograde doesn't have consistency. It will teeter out and it will end. It's just like, I want to say, a trial run of something. And so it is wonderful to try new things during the Mercury retrograde because it won't last forever. Things that you're interested in and you're not interested in keeping for a long time, Mercury retrograde. But this is something you want to keep for a long time. So that is for you to start it or get your yes and whatever afterward. Okay. So if you were, did you see that? If you were wondering why the universe was taking so long to give you your yes and your answer, look at the Knight of Swords. Then things start moving very, very fast. Eight of Cups. That once the energy moves away, and if you remember when we were doing these cards, I think it's for the new moon, I told you that the outcome came out as the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is you have to let it go. Let it go, like Elsa, right? Once you let it go, things start moving very quickly. And what is this? The Hierophant. So I don't know if you're talking to a job, a bank, legal organization, because what is this called? Hierophant cards are literally like groups, organizations, things like that. And so things start moving fast once you walk away. And what do you get? The call, the opportunity. Shut up. The Three of Wands. Then you get the call. And you open up into a whole new world, right? Oh my God, we got so many Disney songs coming through. And then we have the Ace of Fire, which is the Ace of Wands. And then you start this new chapter. The bottom of the deck, look at, we go from the Ace of Wands to the Page of Wands. And do you see how it's the same boy except he's growing? It's the same redhead boy and he's growing. Even his dragon is growing. So this is a situation that you're going to be receiving a lot of growth from. You're also Four of Pentacles. It's also going to teach you how to manage your money, your resources, your time, your energy better. Hermit card. It's one that's going to make you go deeper within yourself as you dreamer new beginning, as you get your new beginning with this partnership twice. Here's the Two of Cups again, showing up in the end, and the Lover's card. I mean, if you're asking if they're gonna call you, if you're asking if you're gonna get whatever it is that you're wanting, whatever, it's a yes. Yes, you will. Yes, it will come towards you. Yes, it's all planned out. Yes, there's no problem. But yes, they're making you wait because you need to learn that sometimes your anxiety has more to do with some kind of wounding that you have in yourself, and you got to let it go. I hope that helps.